Hello, white people. I give a lot of thought to our current day problems in America and the Western world, and I ask often, how did we even get here? How did we create this giant mess? And part of the problem is that, we have this current ability to be able to see imagination come to life through TV and movies, and you can even go to some productions and see imagination come to life. And even in our TV shows and our movies, even though it doesn't represent what's really going on in our day-to-day lives, it is a representation of what we are projecting. Now, let me quantify that a little bit. Let's take the Star Wars movie, the latest Star Wars movies, where there's Rey, who's the Mary Sue, and she is able to do everything. She has all the powers that Luke worked really hard for, and she can do anything, right? She can fix anything. She's smarter than everybody else. and that's a representation of children, teenagers, that utopian ideal that I can do anything. And then when you have that, you're surrounded by that utopian ideal and you think, I can do anything, and there's no hard work involved. So we have a couple of generations of kids, partially Gen X. I'm Gen X, and even though I grew up in the middle of nowhere, and even though I've really struggled through my life, are my struggles in my life really that hard? Do I really have hard struggles? Because I've always been successful at just about everything I've done. I mean, I've had some failures, but failure doesn't mean that I've completely failed. Failure means that I just need to step back, reevaluate, and have a better strategy. But I really haven't had to have that, intricate of a strategy to be successful at anything. And I just had to put some effort into it. And it's not like I've done anything exciting or extreme, but have any of us really gone through pain? When I was younger and going to college, I was sleeping. Gosh, I would get a full night's sleep just a few days a week, maybe 3 days a week. And then I was only sleeping probably 4 hours a day to get through college because I was just so determined to get through college. And that was back in the 90s. And do these young people have that same kind of determination? Even when I was back in the 90s, when I was in college, I hurt my shoulder. And I had to go to the doctor. It was an on-the-job injury. And they made me see a psychiatrist, and they did some sort of tests. And they told me there was something wrong with me because I was so focused on my goal of getting through college and working at the same time. They thought that was weird. They thought that was wrong. And nowadays, young people think that they should be able to go to college for free. They should have everything for free. There should be no struggle, no difficulty. They should just be a Mary Sue. They should be like Ray. They should be able to just show up to college, and then they'll ace all their classes, and then show up to their brand new job and instantly be the CEO. Do you see where I'm going with all this? And so now if we have this ideal that people are competent, we're going to start allowing these people, to be in leadership roles because we're not testing people's competency. We're assuming there's competency. And then there's this illusion that white people have that people who aren't Westerners are just like us. Do you see where this is all becoming a big problem? And then you hear people say, order out of chaos. The elites, they're going to bring order out of chaos. Well, the thing is that these elites are chaotic, and they're not smart. They're just slippery, and we've allowed them to be in charge of us. When we were in charge of ourselves, we did all right, and life was a lot less complicated. But now that we've allowed people who are incompetent be in leadership roles, they've created this giant chaotic web, these giant messes that need to be cleaned up. And so I'm just going to say here right now that there is no such thing as order out of chaos. Chaos has to just stop. Chaos is chaos, and there is no order out of chaos. There is order and there is chaos. They cannot, anyway, if that makes any sense. And it's not the elites that are going to bring the order. It's going to be us. because we live an orderly life. We need order in our life to be sane. And right now we have so much chaos that we feel insane. And, then we have this election coming up. And a lot of people are saying, well, Trump is going to help us, maintain our lifestyle. The world's going to be a better place. And then if Biden gets elected, the world's going to fall apart. It's going to be chaotic. But I think the opposite is true. If Biden wins, and then, I'm assuming this, I may or may not be right on this, then maybe Harris is going to get into his spot because, Congress is going to deem that he's incompetent, or he might pass away or step down, or, whatever. And then but then if, and Kamala Harris is not qualified, from what I understand, to be president, well, guess who's going to be president? Nancy Pelosi. By default. And even think about this too. And I don't know the rules intricate details of all the rules, but I think that if a certain period of time goes by after this election, if a winner is not called before a certain date, I think that Nancy Pelosi becomes president by default. Someone's going to have to help me with that. But anyway, not getting too far off a track. If Biden wins, the people who want order are going to stop expecting the government and the elites to provide order. They are going to put their feet down, and they're going to start saying, this is how the world's going to work. We will have order, and there is no choice. You have no choice in the matter. There will be order. And the people will begin to take back the country and their societies. And the people who are chaotic will be pushed out. People who are destroying things will be pushed out. People who bring ugly and darkness into our world will be pushed out. The only way that we can have our sanity back is by being a pillar of strength and by saying no. No, I will not accept your messes. No, I will not accept your chaos. No, I will not accept your bad decisions. And that's our problem today, is that we do not put our foot down and we do not say no. All right, white people, that's it for now. Thank you so much for listening. I look forward to your thoughts below.